Life is not easy. It is not. Don't try to make it that way. Life's not fair. It never was. It isn't now, and it
is
won't
that you
ever
can
be.
fail at what you don't want. So you might as well take a chance on doing
It's
what
about
you
how hard
love.
you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take.
If you see it in your mind, you can hold it in your
I want to
hand.
remind you to continue to dream and dream big.
Let me tell you something, visualizing your goal and going after it makes it fun. You've got to have a purpose no matter what you do in life.
Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward.
Hello and welcome to Let's Talk About It podcast with Dennis. Our ultimate goal is unlocking the best version of you. Today, we have a truly remarkable guest. He's an entrepreneur, he's a young father of two beautiful children, and he's doing business today all over the world. And that despite the fact that early on his journey, he suffered some failures, but he didn't let it determine his success. So today, we're going to hear from firsthand about his story and how he dealt with the most difficult times and how he still remained on the path to his ultimate goal and became the person he is today. I'm talking about Igal Greenberg.
Oh my God, I love the introduction. Say it again. I'm just kidding. So let's start. Let's start with the worst before we go to the better.
Yeah, I think you should start with, introducing yourself. Who are you? A little bit background about you.
Background is very simple. Like every kid, I want to be a millionaire. Buy boats, houses. When I was not married, I want a house. I want a party. But the ultimate goal was always to be free. Something that the word free is very different now and 15 years ago. But I just want to be, I cannot say happy because it wasn't in my head. I just wanted money. And when you chase money, you never get money. This is why the first business I ever opened, it was a restaurant. I started good, started fast, I think, for my age, 26, to get, I don't know how to say in English. If you have it in the United States and Europe, it's not only for weddings, it's
An event hall.
But if you remember, we didn't work only for event. We do tourist, we do restaurant, we did everything.
Yeah. But that's the special thing, Not all places did it back then. Today, all event halls do that because they want to
but
expose
for me,
their business. Yeah.
To go to business and to try to do everything and to succeed at first, I told myself I'm the king of the world. No matter what I will take now, no matter which business I will buy, I will touch. I have the golden touch. I will be fine. But God had different plans. After a few months, somebody brought my first business. This is in fact my second business. Also, I did a lot of mistakes of management, lost money, and I bankrupt because I lost 1.3 million shekels.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money for 27 years old, just got married.
Yeah, that's the most amazing part about it. 27-year-old. That's crazy. That's how old I am right now.
But not the money I lost. My mind I lost.
Mm-hmm.
When I lost everything and everything's closed and everybody start knocking on my door and phone calls and everything, I don't know why. I know today, but I got on depression. Today I don't believe the word depression. I got a depression and I told myself, everybody fucked me. Everybody. From my wife, from my father, from my clients. Nobody wanted to help me. I found every reason to say that everybody is blamed.
Mm-hmm.
Guilty, I'm sorry, not blame. I blame everybody that are guilty, except looking at myself and say, hey, you make the choices, you need to deal with that. And for 3 months, I didn't go out of my house. Just thought to myself, what I'm going to do now? How am I going to get the money? Why all this shit has happened to me? But after 3 months of depression, losing my mind, blaming everybody, I got to look at the mirror and I get to understand one thing: nobody's coming. Nobody will come, and only depends on me. And if it's depend on me, let's go.
Okay. So you basically realize that it's up to you. You realize that you need to take responsibility for where you are in the position that you're at.
No responsibility, no nothing. Every move, whatever you do today, will affect your tomorrow.
Obviously.
Okay, so it doesn't matter what I'm doing today, only what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't give a fuck nobody around you, not your father, not your mother, not your wife. Nobody can change your life except you. Nobody can reach your destination. Nobody can bring you your dream. Nobody can bring you money. Nobody can do nothing.
Yeah, nobody can go on the journey for you.
Especially men, because women, it's a different. The woman can get a rich husband, okay?
Mhm.
The chances that men get a rich...
I won't mind a rich wife, I have to say. I won't mind that.
The small chance to get it.
Yeah.
But I told myself, nobody's coming. Let's start again. Let's stabilize what I can. If it's to manage a different restaurant, to get a paycheck, to bring back money home, and start from scratch.
Okay, so you felt like you need to take a step back.
No, nose back from the start.
From the start, okay. Start over.
Listen, there are no big problems. Problem is a problem. It's not
Mhm.
small, it's not big. Small if you make it small, it's big if you make it big. That's
Mhm.
problem is a problem. Each problem has solution. You don't have money, you need the job. Okay, one job doesn't enough. Go work 2 jobs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So each problem has a solution. If the problem has no solution, it's not a problem. So I told myself, okay, I don't have currently idea what I'm gonna do, but all I know I need to bring money home. So I start working. But my mind worked differently from different people because I'm very creative in my mind. So every time I walk in the street, in the restaurant, doesn't matter. I always has ideas how to make money, how to invent something. My fortune and my luck was that I don't need people to succeed. I
Mhm.
trust only myself. If I will bring idea today and I tell you, Dennis, listen, I have idea, I want to make A, B, C, D, and you say to me, no, listen, they already have it, they already done it. I don't care. This is my idea. It come to me. It not came to you. This is why
Mhm.
you don't see it. You know it.
Mm-hmm.
So
So you don't mind the background noise about what people will
nobody,
say.
even my
You don't
wife,
mind no one.
even my wife, even my parents laugh at me when I started doing things. But after you receive money and after having success, they look different about what you're saying.
Well, that's the obvious results. Everybody acts differently once they see the results, but the whole point is to have this mindset of believing before you see it, and that's what I think really separates real entrepreneurs from just people who pretend that they are businessmen that just bought, or with using their daddy's money or something, they bought a business so they can brag, I'm a businessman. That there's a huge difference between the two, in my opinion, because one is a person that actually has capability of to think and see the bigger picture, always to see
You know what's the real difference between them? The end goal.
the what?
The end goal.
The end. Okay.
The real entrepreneur is not building a business to be an owner of a business.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting, if he has a product or something that he believes, his end goal is that he can sell it to everybody, that they can enjoy his product, benefit from his service. Businessmen make it for money and the
Mhm.
ego. Listen, today when people ask me what I do, I'm saying I work from home, from my phone. I don't say I move money, I move gold, I move oil. I don't care.
Yeah, it's actually pretty huge when I heard about it, like what exactly you are doing, and to look at you. I mean, you guys, you can see it right now, but we're sitting right now, we're sitting in shorts and flip-flops, just talking about life. And you know, it's not what you imagine in life, the guy in the suit that with the Porsche that pulls over. No, it's just another guy that you would never think about it, and he's closing $1 million deals. And that's something that I remember the first time I heard it, it was like I couldn't believe it, you know. So this is also something that I think comes from the mindset, because a person that wants to impress and is always focused and he spends his energy on that, he steals the same energy from investing in his ultimate goal. in his business, in his passion, in the things that really matter, you know?
This is what I'm saying. The people that buy Porsche when they have no money and the expensive watch, it's to show others they have money.
Mm-hmm.
So who cares?
Yeah, it's the bigger dick movement, and I hate this thing, the pissing
No,
contest.
you know something funny? I know we're in Israel, but we can talk about the culture in the United States. If you buy jewelry, if you buy big cars, you will show everybody you have money and success.
So
As soon as some man makes money, the first thing he's buying
to spend it.
the watches, the cars, the houses, and after 1-2 years is broke.
Yeah, he shows off. That's true.
This is the mind control they're making.
Well, you're talking about the hip hop culture. I get it. So it's mainly about, okay.
You will see, look at the richest people in the world. Jeff Bezos, okay, now he's spending money building the biggest yacht after he worked 30 years.
Yeah, wow, Jeff Bezos. And he got divorced, right? He also paid
50% of his money, and it's still
50%, really?
Yeah.
No, I heard that he settled for a few $100 million, but not 50%.
He doesn't care.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Listen, people don't understand that 50% of his money, it's not 50% of what he's worth.
Yeah, exactly. His potential, that's...
If they say he's have $400 billion, okay, it's in assets, it's in shares and stuff like that. It's not real money in the bank.
It's not liquid. Yeah, exactly.
So she get the shares, it's not something that affect him.
True.
But the motivation of these people is not to be rich. Their motivation is different. Their motivation was to do something that nobody done. Like Steve Jobs. I want the best phone. Look at him. Black shirt, the jeans. Mark Zuckerberg, the same. Black shirt. You don't see they spending on Rolex and stuff like that. Why?
That's true.
Not because they don't care about money, because they have money. And they know they
don't feel the need to brag about it.
It's not about the need. They don't need to prove no one what they have, what they don't have. And the poor one, I don't know where the culture starts, maybe in movies. If you have money, you need to buy a watch, you need to buy a big house, you need to big... Why?
It's something that I think, like what you're saying, from movies, from whatever, they show it to you, and that's how people get this idea that this is what sends the message of success.
This is what kills dreams for people. You know why? Because, like I said to you, I want to be free. Free for me, that my kids doesn't need to worry about nothing. Food, shelter, if they want to buy a game, if they want to go to holiday, I don't care.
But let's be honest, I think that today, even without like these major deals that you're making and the money, I think that today they're already far well, I think, in this position. I mean, they have food, they have shelter. I'm pretty sure that you have everything you need.
Yeah, but listen, when I started the first invention in Amazon to build my private label, before everybody started working on Amazon, and I was driving to success, to making a passive income, after 2 years started Corona.
Yeah.
And Corona broke me down mentally, because if you remember, I got problems in my head. One of the veins is bigger and pumping blood, make me lose my hearing. I heard sounds in my 2 ears like drums 24/7. I couldn't see with my eyes. I have a blurry vision. Couldn't sleep. Because I couldn't sleep, I couldn't function by the day. I was like a zombie. But the scariest and the most amazing thing, that because of the Corona, no roads, no cars, no people, no nothing.
Just complete silence. Yeah.
Complete silence. And I sat with myself in the night, hearing nothing except the drums in my head, couldn't sleep, and I started talking to myself. And then I realized that the freedom I want is to know if something happened to me today. I don't care if it's a disease, airplane, I don't know. My kids are set. This is my freedom. Not the money, because money they can lose. But if I build something that always provide the money. Because if I give my kids today $10 million, it doesn't say they're free.
Yeah, that's true.
Somebody can kill the dollar and all the money will go away. Somebody can steal something and they will sued by somebody. But if I build something that always bring income, if it's a project of oil or if it's a project of we're building something I cannot
disclose
say now,
right now.
yeah.
Okay.
And it always bring money, this is freedom. And this is what I'm doing today. if you ask me if I motivate, no. You know why?
Why?
Because motivation is false. It's a lie.
Okay. So what does drive you?
I speak true to myself. You know, people don't speak true for themselves. They lie to themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
You know that people cannot sit 3 hours without distraction, only with themselves. Ask this question they need to ask themselves: why I'm here? Why I don't have enough money? And answer correctly.
That's true. People don't want to deal with the
Why?
difficult questions. The why is a bigger, I think, because they
Because they know
have
the
the
answer.
option. They don't have to. Nobody
They
forces
know the
them.
answer, my friend.
They know the answer. Well, I don't know if I agree with that, because I think that, like, I managed to talk to quite a few people and ask them questions about what they think, or what they think brought them to the situation or the position they are right now in life, and
And the answer to you,
many of them don't have the answer. You know,
they have the answer,
they have the answer, I think.
but they don't wanna blame themselves.
But how can you have the answer if you say you don't think about it? You know, that's my point.
Because listen, no matter what you do,
They're scared of the answer.
they're
That's
scared
a
of the
different
answer,
point.
but they know inside the answer.
Mm.
You
think
cannot blame
like,
nobody.
Subconsciously, okay.
You cannot blame nobody where you are.
Well, yeah, that's true. Like, everything is up to you. That's the biggest point that a person, the first step that a person needs to understand, that whatever it is you want, or the opposite, what you want to avoid, it's all up to you in the end. And the second you realize that, you start taking responsibility. You stop blaming everyone around, and you understand
The
that
first step,
if you won't
said
do it, nothing will do it.
You said the smartest thing that I heard in the podcast that you recorded. Who are you? After the person will realize who he is, and to understand who he is, he needs to talk to himself. They're talking on WhatsApp and Facebook, but nobody close the light in the dark. Breathe. I don't know. You can call it meditation. I don't care. Who am I? What the fuck I want? I want to be rich. Why I want to be rich? Because I want to buy a house. Okay. So your goal is to buy a house. Okay, which house? This house. How much money you need? Where you gonna buy? And you can make a plan.
Exactly.
But when somebody say, "I want to be free, I want to travel,"
Yes.
no, it's stigmas, not stigmas. I forgot. It's catchphrase.
Yeah.
No, it's not. You don't know. I
It's
want
a
to.
cliche.
I want to
Yeah.
travel. I want to see the world. You don't have a plan, my friend. You want to travel? Where you want to travel? I want to travel to India. I want to travel to India. Okay, 5 countries. Can you do it in 1 year? Do you need 2 years? Do you need 1 month? Okay. Do you need money? How much money do you need for? And you have a plan.
Exactly. It's the plan starts to formulate once you have a goal. When you have a goal, you can start retracing steps back of setting smaller goals, or knowing what do you need to achieve this goal, and then you can formulate a plan to reach this.
Starts with
it definitely
understanding
starts.
who you are.
Yeah, exactly. It starts there.
Listen, I'm talking to people today, and I don't know. Maybe it's life. Maybe it's the programming of the system. We forgot about ourselves.
It's true.
We are different people. Some people can enjoy the nature and say, "Hey, give me a bus. I will live on the bus, a bed. Give me nature, and I'm the happiest man in the world."
Exactly.
Some men will tell, "Listen, I need a mansion. I need a few cars. I need a few beaches on my." I don't care. Each person has his dream, but tell me the real dream. And I
That's true.
promise you.
Yeah, don't bullshit. Exactly.
Listen, I promise you, every dream you can achieve if you're willing to sacrifice yourself today to get to what you want in the future. It's another something that people forget. It's like when we met your friend and I told her I hear a podcast there all night, and say, I want this also. You remember? And I said, okay. Are you willing not go to sleep with headaches and noises in your ears? No. So it's not your dream.
Exactly. They don't know exactly what it takes. They don't know exactly what's behind the scenes, what happened, or what is happening right now. They only see what you have right now. I want that.
You know, the funny,
that's the problem.
The funny thing, I heard a conversation between kids. I want to be Ronaldo. He's the best player in the world. It was 3 days ago. One of my kids' friends said that. I said, okay, do you know what Ronaldo do? He said, what? I said, listen, he get up in 5 o'clock. He trains until 6 o'clock. He eats 6:30. He goes to sleep till 8. He wakes up at 8. He goes train with the team. He get back in 10. Eats again. Go to sleep for half an hour, 1 hour. Gets up, train again. 2 hours with their family, eats again, go to sleep to rest, train again. Are you willing to do that? Every day.
That's crazy. That's a crazy routine.
Every day.
Kobe Bryant used to do
The same.
He was obsessed. People called him like
no,
people
let's
were
take
shocked
listen,
about
no,
it.
Let's take the word obsess and take it.
No, I'm not saying it is a bad thing.
No. Listen,
Obsession is an amazing thing.
no, they were willing to sacrifice everything to get to their point.
Exactly.
Ronaldo is 37 years old now. And what the fuck, this man is a machine. It's not machine because he was built like that. You know, he talked about his kids. They asked if he wants his kids to play soccer. He said, listen, I did enough in my life. He can be whatever he wants. If he go to play soccer, he will be happy. But I don't know if he has what it takes. And they ask him why. Because he drinks Coca-Cola and eats chocolate sometimes. So understand what Ronaldo sacrificed.
Exactly. Yeah.
He didn't eat sweets. He didn't. How he look at that and said, "This is my kid. He can do whatever he want." But the sacrifice that man, listen, it's amazing. I will tell you the truth. I cannot be like Ronaldo.
Definitely. I think it's too far. Too much. I think it's, at least for this. This is not important enough for me to become as a sportsman. I think to give up all these things. That's personally.
It's about sports, but I say I cannot be him because I tested life differently. He started to sacrifice from small age, so he was built mentally differently. Today, if you ask me if I will sacrifice the time with my kids, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. If you ask me if I was in 20 years with the knowledge today, fuck it, I'm not gonna marry it. I'm gonna give my 10 years, and then, like I told you, from 20 to 30, work the hardest, 5 jobs. I don't care. So when 30, I can rest next to my life. But this is what I'm saying. Nobody wants to sacrifice. Talk to somebody, ask him, what's your dream? And we'll say, listen, I wish I have a house, a great wife, and 2 kids. Okay. Describe me your wife. She need to be working in high tech, stuff like that. I say, okay. In order to, your wife is going to work in high tech. She's not going to be with you if you're not working in high tech or same job or same level of paycheck like she does, because you're not going to the same places. So first step, you need to go study. No, man, no study for 4 years now just to get a wife. So it's not your dream. You're not willing to give 4 years from your life
to get what you're dreaming of
for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
You understand? Because if you ask people today, are you happy? Yeah, listen, I work 10 hours a day, 8 hours a day, go to my wife, we have a small house, I'm happy. I say, okay, are you really happy? No, listen, I need a little bit more money, stuff like that. I say, okay, why don't you do something about it? I don't have time. You are not willing to give 2 hours from your day for 6 months, for example, to be in a better place in 6 months, better house, better environment, I don't know, vacation, whatever you want. They always say no. Why?
That's true. People,
they rather live the same life 40 years, work hard, miserable, not be happy, instead of giving 6 months, 2 hours a day.
That's true. It's easier for them to, I think, to deal with something that is familiar instead of risking it or making an effort or whatever, going out of their comfort zone. Usually people get scared of it, even though we were built to do that. We were built to take on these challenges.
Yeah, yes and no, because this is the brain protect us. Don't make changes.
That's true, because the primitive man, to survive, he needed to keep remaining his line. Like, that this is poisonous, you don't eat this. You know that this is where the predator lives, you don't go there. That's true.
But you know something funny? Do you know how cancer grow? Not cancer in the body, real cancer. Lobster.
Okay. No, I don't have no idea.
He has a shell on all his body.
Yes.
In order to grow, he need to break the shell with his body. You know what pain it makes him? It's real shell on his body, and his body is getting bigger and squashing inside until it breaks.
Until it breaks it, okay.
It's the same in life. We need to suffer before we do something better. We need to. I don't like the word failure. I don't believe in failure. Failure is not a word. It's not real. There is no failure in life. No matter what you do, listen. If you had a business,
Failure is when you stop trying.
not
Failure,
if
it's
you're
a
not.
lesson.
Listen, I don't know who came up with the word failure. There is no failure. There is also no success.
Okay, that's even more interesting. No success. Okay.
You know why? Because people thought to look at success when they compare themselves to somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You judge yourself, your success by somebody else's success. It's not success. Success need to be looking where I was a year ago, where I'm today. Did I make a step forward? Did I step backward? But it's not a success or failure. Just to understand. This is what I told you. Nobody speaks true to themselves. Nobody says, listen, I work in one year in the bank. I'm making the same salary. I don't see next year do something else in this position. Maybe I need to search something else. I have a job. Okay. But you cannot do the same job 50 years. You will die unhappy.
That's true.
Nobody can do it. This is why they believe that depression is real. You know why depression is real? Because nobody talking to themselves.
You know, I like the best definition for depression. It's not a real definition, but how Jim Carrey described it. Depression is your body telling you that I don't want to be this character anymore. I'm disgusted by it.
But listen what you said. Your body.
Yes.
You know why? You shut it down your mind.
Exactly.
And you don't tell yourself the truth. The body started to say to, hey,
exactly.
You're going to be sick.
Exactly.
You're going to be... This is what I'm taking. Listen, I heard Joe Rogan. I forgot what his name. He has a tank. He fill it with water.
Okay.
He goes in, he closed it. There's no noise inside.
The magician who... you're talking about the magician or somebody who was on his show?
No. Joe Rogan
Joe Rogan does it. Okay.
This is a special tank that you cannot hear nothing. No noise from outside. It's for meditation. You go inside.
I know. And then he talked about that also some people take some hallucinational drugs and then they use it because it isolates them completely and sets them in the trip. Yeah. I heard it.
So I'm not recommend to do it to the people.
Definitely, no. It's not for the small-minded.
Not small-minded, weak-minded.
Weak-minded, true.
But listen, when the corona started and I had the noise, it's 1 year of conversation with myself, with my illness, what's going to happen to my sight, what's going to happen to my hearing, what's going to happen to my heart, the head, my kids. And was the scariest thing I ever made in my life is talk to myself. But when I finish talking to myself, I still talk to myself, but I finish, I understand something. Nobody's coming, my friend, again. Nobody's coming. Only you. If you believe in God, by the way, I believe in God. If you believe in God, still nobody's coming.
Mm-hmm.
God will give you what you are, not what you're thinking. There's a big difference between thinking what you are and who you are. You want an example?
Yeah, I would like to clarify because it's hard for me to understand. Usually people who believe in God is usually about the faith. It's not about the faith in the man, you know. He will do everything, he will take care of everything. That's usually what I hear from people that believe in God. Okay.
Me and you are gods, you know that?
Definitely, we're gods of creation around us. We can create by touch, by thought.
God created us from his shadow.
Okay. In his image, you
mean? His image, I'm sorry. I translated from Hebrew, from mitzilmo in Hebrew. Mm-hmm. So everything God has, we had. In order to be one, like God, to create life, he gave us a woman. Mm-hmm. When man and a woman came together, it's the holy thing. They provide life, like God.
Okay, the ultimate creation.
The ultimate creation. God gave life. We have the power to give life. Nobody take it serious today, and people making kids like it's something, I don't know.
Like a factory to get a paycheck from the government.
But you're creating life. You understand? It's fucking amazing. And this life, it's your life. To continue your dynasty, the DNA, everything. So you'll never die. Never, no matter what happened, all your evolution is in this kid. It mixed up with another, but If we get an access sometime to DNA, you can go back 1,000 years ago, right?
Yeah, that's true. You can
So
retrace.
they,
And we
they
just
are not
learned
dead.
exactly, and we just learned like a fraction of the DNA. Imagine if we unlock
So
everything.
they are not dead. They are living in this kid DNA. So if I am God and I can create, how can I create? With what? With which tool in my body I can create? With my head.
With your mind, of course.
Okay. Tell me something. Did you get an ebook or something how to work your mind?
No,
Okay. Why not?
I guess we need to figure it out. I don't know.
Because this is the most powerful tool you will have. This is why the rich doesn't want you to use your mind. This is why
They want to keep you distracted.
This is why they give you all this distraction. They give you on the school all the bullshit you don't need. One thing you need to know: to ask why. When you start to asking why, you get answers.
Or you don't, but you understand that something is cooking here.
Something is cooking, but if you're asking why, you're thinking. If you're thinking, you're trying to understand. Even if you
Exactly.
don't get the right answer, you are moving. I gave you something, example, the power of the thought. Before we start talking about it, I said, listen, 2 days ago, one of my partners going to Mali to bring gold. We have a mine there. After he asked me if I have a serious buyer for big quantity, I started thinking about it. After 2 hours, I get a message from a different businessman that I know and I work personally on different projects with them, asking me if I have gold because his partner needs to buy. So my weapon is my mind. Me and you have somebody in common, no Eris coin.
Mm-hmm.
When-
Yes, that's true.
When I started to work with Eris coin before his wife killed his energy, and I'm gonna listen, I love this guy, but she sucked the life out of him. But never mind. He said in front of me, said to me, "Hey, Igal, you know, my mind is so powerful. If I want 10,000 shekels, $10,000 now in my hand, I need to think about it, and it will come." I said, "How?" I said, "I don't know. Maybe somebody put it in my door. Maybe I win a lottery. Maybe I found a rock. Maybe somebody will call and give me my money back that I loaned them." I don't ask how. All I know, I think about it and it will happen. And I used to laugh on him until
I remember about these stories.
I seen something not a lot of people seen. He was living in Germany. His business was in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Big restaurant on the sea. Perfect view, you know that. 12 o'clock in the night. 2 people in the restaurant. I'm one of them, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The other one is the cook. He called me and asking, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "Listen, I'm closing the doors. Nobody here. 2 waiters, nothing." "What's the hour?" 12 o'clock in the night. "Wait 15 minutes. Tell them to open the kitchen." And I started to laughing. It was winter. I said, "Damn, he's smoking weed. He's on drugs. Something's happened there." After 15 minutes, all the restaurant is full. No places. Listen, we called for 3 waiters, waked them up in the middle of the night, and we worked until 4 o'clock in the morning.
That's crazy.
And all I asked him, what did you do?" "I used my weapon." I said, "What's your weapon?" He said, "My mind."
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's not crazy.
I remember his energies. Like, I didn't meet him for a while, but
You remember if you work in the restaurant, you have all the noise in the round, but when he came, silence.
Yeah.
The same people, the same music, everything, but it was calm.
Yes, exactly. It was like in harmony.
Why?
He brings harmony with him and everything and peace. And I remember that. That's definitely something. I remember he was like a very spiritual person. I always try to think, what is the connection between him and business? I never quite put the finger on it because I never saw him as a genius businessman or anything.
But this is what I'm telling you. You don't need to be a genius. You don't need to be nothing. I have no connection to gold. I have no connection to oil. I have no connection to mask. Anything I'm doing today. I have no experience. Yes, I'm learning. I will go search. So what makes me different between you and me and somebody on the street? Nothing. Just my mind. No, just my mind.
Your mind.
Just my mind.
Well, your mind, and you dared. Many people don't dare.
They don't dare because of the mind. You think you're not spiritual?
Not as much, I believe. A lot more,
you know,
ever since.
It's funny to say I believe and not to be spiritual.
Yeah. Well, it's a figure of speech, I guess.
It's not a figure of speech. if you believe something, it's supposed to be something that's real or not real, correct?
Yes.
Because if it's real, you don't believe, you know. And you didn't say, I know, you say, I believe.
That's true.
And believing is coming from spiritual.
Never thought about it.
You never
That's
ask,
true.
you ask somebody, do you know if God is existing? I believe. You're spiritual. Because if you're not spiritual, if you know that God exists, you'll say, I know He exists.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the state of mind. Why people rather say, I believe in God and not say, I know that God exists?
Why?
When I say I believe, you can be on the fence. Say, listen, I said I believe. I didn't say I know.
Ah, okay.
You understand?
But I know a lot of like very like strong believers. They're like Orthodox Jews, it doesn't matter, Muslims, that are very strong with their faith, and they choose to express their belief as I believe, not I know that God exists.
This is their real thought. Speaking of the mind, understand?
Mm-hmm.
I know God exists. I don't believe. I know.
Okay.
And there's this big difference. I know I will succeed in what I'm doing. Because if I believe, I put it in
In a question.
not only in question. Let me rephrase it. If I believe in something, it means I didn't give all my energy into it. Like you said, he's obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't obsessed. He knew he was the best. In order him to show all the world that he's the best, he need to put 6, 7, 8 trainings a day. He didn't say, I believe I'm the best. I know I'm the best.
Mm-hmm.
You heard Kobe in check and said, well, the difference, you believe, I know.
Yeah.
When people know something, Steve Jobs the same. I'm not going to bring the best phone to the world.
Yeah, that's true. That's how he introduced the iPhone first.
So start with removing the doubt. No, if you know, like you said, each morning,
Well, that's the whole point. That's what I want to focus on. Like where you say you need to remove the doubt, but the doubt it's coming from a natural our natural survival instinct. We doubt things, we question them, we test it, we test a theory, turn it into something that is permanent, that is proven, like a fact. So the question is how does this process work, or maybe how did it work for you that you got from a place that you were with doubts, you were in a dark place, you felt the depression, you felt whatever it is that was going inside you after what you experienced, and where this process started and how did it went to remove this doubt, to switch it to I know, to change it.
I will tell you. When I came to ideas that nobody's coming, so the only person that's going to doubt me is me. And I'm not going to doubt myself. I know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So doubt comes when you hear different opinion, when you share your idea, when you talk to somebody and you will say something and you say, hey, maybe it's
They will
correct.
bring you down.
Everybody's going to bring you down. You know why? Because everybody's jealous. Even your wife, even your girlfriend, it's not something bad. It's built in our mind. I don't know why. I don't get jealous of nobody. I'm serious, nobody. If it's my family, somebody I love, I want him to be happy, I will push him. This is why people think I'm a hard man, because I will tell the truth and know.
Yes.
For example, for you, I will tell you, listen, you suck, you need to get better. Instead of, if I didn't care about you, I will say, yeah, congratulations, continue, do this, okay.
Keep sucking, yeah.
I will not say keep sucking, go ahead with your... And I always tell the truth. My wife, when she started the business, I brought my friend to her to make him a video. She's supposed to get $1,000 and gave him $300 cost. I say, why? Because I'm starting. I say, so what? The price is 1,000, but it's your friend. If he's my friend, he will pay the full price. Why you're doubting yourself? But the price was because she didn't believe in herself.
Mm-hmm.
Why doubt yourself? What's the worst will happen? You will give $1,000 the price. You will start the project. It's going to be hard to you. Maybe you will delay the project, maybe something. But in the end, what's the worst income? You will finish the project. So why doubt yourself? Time is something we cannot bring back. When you doubt yourself, you're taking time from your life.
Okay.
Listen, memories are not real. Fears are not real. The future is not real. The past is not real. If I say to you today, listen, do you believe that the dragon will fly tomorrow in this window in your house and eat you alive?
No, of course not. It's
Why not?
ridiculous.
You will say it's not because it's not real.
It's ridiculous. It's impossible. Yeah.
Okay. So to be scared, it's use your thoughts
To
to create
create
something
something.
not just, it's not real yet, and to be scared of that.
Yes, exactly.
If you be honest with this and you say, okay, I'm started a business. I'm not saying be a fool, quit your job and say, hey, I start a business, I will succeed because I know I'm a success. No. If you have a job, okay, give 2 hours a day to your new business until you make money so you can continue and grow. Be responsible.
Yeah, have a plan.
But don't doubt yourself. Because this is why I say there's no failure. You did something, okay, was it good or bad? Bad. What was bad? I didn't finish the job on time. Next time, what do you need to do to be better? Handle my time and go ahead.
Hmm.
So why doubt yourself?
I think it connects to what you said previously about the comparison. You know, they say the comparison is the thief of joy. So
Makes sense.
and I think that we live in an age, like, no matter what you look at, if it's Instagram, if it's the social media platforms, if it's the fact that we have the internet, everything is so quick. Information moves so easily from one point to the world to the other, and which is great. Okay, it allows a lot of advancements today, but because of that, we have right now, I can click my phone, tap something, and I will know exactly how much Jeff Bezos spends on his breakfast every day.
You have distraction,
It's
correct? But
it's a distraction.
You know what's the problem with that?
And it's also a comparison. People constantly compare themselves to others.
Because they don't have the end goal to their dream. They don't speak with them. If I know I want a big house, it will look like A, B, C, D, and I want this car. What do I care if you have it? A bigger house, a bigger car. I know what I want.
That's true. That's
But
exactly.
if I don't know what I want and I open my Facebook and I see big cars, so he has more money, why he's living the dream? No, it's not. It's Facebook. It's not your dreams.
Exactly.
It's distraction.
Forget the fact that most of it is probably staged and fake and whatever, because that's the whole point. People are showing as if they're living the life that they want you to see. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're as happy or as good as it looks.
Did you see the video that you see the real life? Somebody's coming to the restaurant, husband and wife, they're sitting on the bar.
Yeah.
The food comes. She opened the phone to take a picture. He's smiling. She's smiling. The biggest smile they can.
Yes,
they take the picture.
and then back to reality.
He takes his phone. She takes her phone. They eat separately. Don't talk with each other.
Yeah.
So everybody's in this video. Everybody knows this is truth.
And still they keep going.
Listen, everybody doing that because when you take a picture, you look carefully that the picture is perfect before you put it on Facebook, on Instagram, correct?
That's true.
So everybody can see how happy and best picture. So if you are doing this and everybody is doing that, why don't you think about when you see this picture and understand, listen, he spent 1 hour now just to make this picture,
just to make
me jealous.
Yeah, to make it appeal to someone. That's crazy, and we know it. We're aware of it, and we still keep going. It's like I think it's a dopamine chase. Everybody's chasing the next like, the next dopamine hit to feel a little bit better with their shitty life.
When they have a plan to their dream.
Yes, the escape plan. That's what I like to call it, an escape plan.
It's escape plan. You're 100% correct. But when you have escape plan and you focus on that, nobody can distract you.
And that's called obsession. That's what I meant in obsession.
No, it's not obsession. You know why? Because I'm not saying obsession is, like I said before, I want to be rich. I want a $1 million in the bank. No matter what, I'm obsessed. Gonna rob a bank. This is obsession also.
Okay, it's some kind of obsession, but now you took it to the negative side. Obsession was always connotized like as something negative, and I think that the part of it is because of the fact that people, first of all, I think it's because they don't want you to be obsessed. They don't want you to actually chase something that you truly believe or truly want with passion. They want you to stay in your shitty job and your shitty routine, in this chase, the rat chase, the mouse chase, whatever, for the next piece of cheese, the next paycheck, the next salary that will keep you in the loop that you are stuck in right now, because nothing will change, you know?
But it all happens, you know when? When you don't know what you want.
But even when you know people, I know people, for example, like mostly women, honestly, I have to say, that keep a diary and they keep a fucking checklist. I want this and I want that, and they know exactly how the wedding should look, and they dream of this, and they know how a house should be big and where they want to live and everything. They literally know everything by the centimeter.
Dream without
But-
action that
but-
doesn't do nothing.
Exactly. They have the dream, they don't have the plan. So to have the goal without going further, without making the plan to how to reach this goal, it means nothing. It's like Denzel Washington, what he said, what you quoted right now. To have a dream without a goal, it's only dream.
You remember something people used to say, knowledge is power?
Yes, definitely.
This is bullshit.
Why?
This is the biggest lie on earth. You know why?
Nah, I
I will explain to you.
I won't agree.
Okay.
But yeah, convince me.
Does all fat people know Coca-Cola is not healthy?
Yes.
So they do know, but still drink. So knowledge is not power. Knowledge with action is power.
Okay.
So having a dream without a plan, without the steps, without making the effort is nothing. This is why I tell you, listen, your dream is big house. Okay, which house? This is house. Okay, how much it cost? Break it to plans. Okay, what do I need to do? Or what do I need to give from me today to make this dream come true? I need 2 hours a day, go working, I don't know. I need 2 hours I need to save 20% of my paycheck every month for 5 years. And you start doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But writing in diary, I want a house, it's the same thing that you said to me, that Jim Carrey said. Manifestation doesn't work if you manifest an idea and then go eat a sandwich. You need to work.
Exactly. You need to put on the work.
So knowledge, it's not power. Knowledge with action is power.
Knowledge with action, that's true. But I think that even the fact that you have knowledge is also power. Because you gave a specific example
We
about
know-
everybody knowing that Coca-Cola is
Yeah, but-
bad for you. That's true.
Listen, but we're in
But-
an age that knowledge is everywhere. Put your phone, put Google.
That's true. We have a super...
So everybody has the knowledge.
Exactly. We're all tapped to the matrix, to whatever you will call it. We have instant access to everything.
If it was 50 years ago, I will say, okay, knowledge, it's something difficult to reach, to get. You need to go, to travel, to learn, to become. Today, knowledge not power. You want to be, you have something on your skin, you don't need to doctor.
Okay, now
Take a picture of your leg, go to Google, what is it? You will get 10 diagnoses before you go to the doctor.
Yes, that's
Even
true.
ChatGPT today, write him now, I have $100. How can I make 1,000 in 2 months? He give you a plan.
That's
Go
true.
accident. So knowledge is nothing to
Yeah, that's true. Okay, now I understand what you mean. The comparison between what it was and what's today. So we basically, like, before the internet, people who were smart, educated, had the knowledge, they had the power because they could make the smarter choices, they could react to situations in real time, they had the tools. Today, it takes just an extra second to reach the information or the knowledge you want, and you can, okay, now I understand what you meant.
So people don't understand how much power they have in their hand every second of their life. The old generation, I'm sorry to say it, they are lost. They're not going to use that.
Yes, that's
But
true.
the young generation,
They choose not to use it. That's the problem.
this is the worst.
Because they're distracted.
This is the control of the bigger plan of people.
That's true. That's exactly like, for example, the difference between TikTok from China and America.
Yeah.
Not many people know it, but TikTok is completely different. First of all, in America, it's all colorful and shiny and blah, blah, blah.
It's not colorful and shiny. It's dumb. It's
And
making it dumber.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the design.
Even
And-
the design
and-
it makes you dumber.
Exactly.
Even the videos you will see makes you dumber. The challenges
No
are
educational.
dumber. You will
Exactly.
see tits. You will see ass and OnlyFans, and this is why
Yes.
girls
yes,
go say,
that's
"Hey,
it.
I need to make money. I will show my tits and my ass. This is why I need to succeed." Instead of China, because the application is from China,
Yes.
you will see how to be a good person, how to help the
Yeah,
elders,
motivational
how to be
videos,
smart,
skills.
how to be a doctor, stuff like that. You don't see. If you see a challenge, maybe it's a dance challenge, and still you need to skill set to do the challenge.
That's true.
So, in 20 years, most of the young generation of the United States who using TikTok is gonna be dumb.
Exactly.
In China, like I told you,
But at least they will have in the resume a blogger or a TikTok or whatever. Today, that's funny, but you ask children, It's also backs it up because there was a survey that asked children in America and in China what is their dream, what they want to be when they grow up. You know, the classic question you ask a kid in the kindergarten. I remember when I was a kid, everybody wanted to be a fireman, an astronaut, a doctor, whatever. So in America, 90% of kids said they wanted to be a TikToker, a blogger, or a Twitch, like somebody who is gaming and filming himself. And it's crazy. That's their goal. That's what they see and view as successful and happy. That's what they want to do. Not to care about anything, just to play video games or do some stupid stuff and get money for it.
This is because they get reward on that.
Exactly. While in China, you heard the classic answers that we remember from childhood. They want to be a scientist. They want to cure cancer. A kid said, I want to cure cancer. A kid in kindergarten. That was fucking crazy. When I saw this video, I immediately knew China is going to rule the world one day.
They are ruling the world today, but understand what's your mind. What you feed your mind will influence you.
Definitely.
So what your mind is getting, you will attract.
Exactly.
If it wasn't true, China wasn't going to do TikTok work with the United States and influence to be dumber. They feed shit to the kids, they're gonna be shit.
That's true. The old guys that run America and the United States right now, they don't even realize it because for them, it serves their interest of distracting the population, for them doing whatever they keep doing. So they think it's a good thing and they just let it be.
The only person that talked about it's Donald Trump, if you heard. He gave this example.
I actually didn't. I didn't hear. What did he say?
The same thing. He said, "Did you know that TikTok is a Chinese application? Did you saw what they see in China and what does our generation see?" Listen, I'm shocked. This is why United States busy now today talking about the gay rights in public school, in kindergarten, and stuff like that. You know, it's funny that
all the 150 new sexes that they invented.
It's waste of time. Listen, this is why I'm saying, talk to yourself. Tell the truth. Don't lie to yourself.
Okay. So I would say that your best advice is to talk to yourself.
Always.
It's always a good.
Look in the mirror quietly. Put your wife aside. I don't know if you're single. Go be alone for one day. Write all the questions. You want to know the answer from yourself. The real questions. You understand?
Because yeah, I get it.
Why I'm happy is you try to bring feelings. No, why I'm here today with this stinking apartment, okay? Because I don't have enough money. Okay, I don't have enough money. What can I do? Talk true to yourself. I need to get another job. I need to stop going to restaurants 3 times per week, and I can go to a bigger house. People don't
prioritize that. That's true. I think what you explained and how you described what you had, the conversations with yourself, I mean, it was kind of similar, but differently. But now when I look at it, I think that's what I went through when I had like a little bit of enlightenment. It all started for me when I had I had no friends. There was a while that I had really no people in my life. There was a girlfriend once in a while or somebody, but it wasn't something deep. So
before I continue, I will tell you something. I will not ask you if you believe in God or don't, but sometimes God moves away people from you, so you stay alone with yourself and find yourself, so you can continue and grow. You cannot grow with noise around you.
That's true.
This is why I got like I told you, 5 surgeries in my head, stuff like that. It's not to heal me or something. It's to get me in situations I need to speak with myself. Something we forgot to do.
That's true.
Now you can continue that you start talking to yourself.
Exactly. So I found myself spending a lot of time with myself. At first, it was drowning in all the shit that I found inside myself, and I felt super depressed and very bad. But eventually, as I started learning to enjoy my own company, learning to be with myself, to have a conversation, to have a deep thought with myself, all these deep thoughts about life, about who's to blame, like you said, for me being here where I'm at right now, or for me wanting to be better or in a better place. All these things just came to me because I was alone, because I had the time and no other choice but to deal with it. But now when I'm thinking about it, if I wasn't in that situation, I don't know if I would choose it, you know? So from one side, I'm actually thankful that I went through this because it was a very difficult time, but it brought me where I'm at today, aware, awoke. I felt like I was on autopilot. I was asleep all these years. And now I'm a lot more aware about life, about prioritizing.
You broke your shell.
Yeah, exactly.
To
you
grow.
know, And that's also, by the way, connecting to a tattoo that I have, like of an eagle. You know the story of an eagle? One of my favorite stories. So
Hey guys, if you listen to him, he's just explain you how he nailed women. He take off the shirt and say, "You see this eagle? Listen, I have a
you
story."
see this eagle? Come here, come here, pour us a drink. so not many people know it, but the eagle has one of the longest life in nature. An eagle can live up to 80 years, which is not common. Now, to do that, he needs to make a very difficult decision around the age of 40, approximately in the middle of his life. Around that age, his peak becomes so long and so it's not sharp anymore. It's getting rounded, and it becomes hard for him to use it for hunting, for eating even. And his claws also, they grow very long, and they're no longer sharp, and they're not as strong right now. So to keep surviving, to be able to hunt, to be able to live, they need to go to a top of a mountain where they theoretically will be safe, where there are not supposed to be any other predators. And on this top of the mountain, they will spend about a month where they will be starving, and they will go through the most excruciating pain that you can imagine. Because what they do is, first of all, they found a rock where they break their peak. Imagine a piece of your face that you just go to a rock and you break on it, for allowing your body to grow a new one. And while they wait for the new one to grow, they are starving because they can't eat, they don't have anything, they can't hunt, and they are vulnerable.
Same like I
And
told
then
you, they're breaking the shell.
exactly, they're breaking the shell, and then they rip out one by one all their nails, all their claws, and wait for them to grow. And what's the beautiful part about it? Nobody guarantees they will survive this process. Not from the starvation, not from the pain.
But I promise you,
not
the
from
one
everything.
that survive, I'm gonna be a monster.
Exactly. And they go back to nature, and they rule. They literally rule. Nobody deals with them.
You know something funny? When an eagle flies in the sky, if he sees or hears another bird next to him, he know 100% it's an eagle.
Wow. Okay.
Same of success. When you on top, you will know to notice people around you who are successful or not. Eagle, this is the only bird that never will thought, oh, maybe a pigeon next to me. No, they fly so high, so only eagles can fly there. They have the best vision, so
That's true.
the altitude they can be is the far from every bird.